So I've set the intention that the highest good come about for the collective that is meant to hear this message. We're in a process of unlearning. This collective that I'm speaking to is a collective that has withstood test after test after test, more so in the last couple of weeks than anything. And you're unlearning all the things that you've learned in regards to how the world, your emotions, your body, everything about you is to be perceived. The collective that I'm speaking to is in a process of releasing all those barriers that have been so good at keeping us in this perfect little box. But the barriers that you're breaking through are more aligned with higher versions of wisdom and knowledge. It's like you're going back to basics, but the basics that you're starting from is like the basics of creation. We're not even going back to like the basics of this human life. We're going back to the conceptualization of creation and what that actually means. What it means for us individually and what it means for us collectively. You're currently unmasking and unlearning all of your programs, all of the binding elements in regards to what you experience. You're no longer allowing yourself to be a part of or play a part of any projected realities or programs that people have placed upon you. And you don't even care, right? Because you know that there are so many different people out there that have different versions of yourself in their minds, right? But the versions that they are still thinking of are completely unrecognizable to you because you have moved past that so far. Like, you've leveled up so many different ways in the last 6 years. Mostly, though, the last 2 years have been the most life-changing for this. And you are completely unbothered by how other people view you. And you're unbothered by what stories they're telling about you or what depiction they have of you in their mind. And you're not even close to what it is anymore. And you used to care so much about making sure that everybody understood you, but more so that you were accepted by everybody else. But now you're like, that has no bearing in my life anymore. Because you're seeing through things, right? You're seeing through these veils. You're seeing through veils of separation. You're seeing through veils of illusion. You're recognizing the game. But like, you already knew. Like, you grew up knowing, like, you think different. You grew up knowing, like, what you perceive is completely different than most humans. And it's kind of refreshing because now the people around you are starting to catch up to you. Are they anywhere close to where you are? Absolutely not. But it's refreshing to see them starting to live more in alignment with who they are, right? The truths that you even knew of since you were young. Those self-realizations that you had that most people haven't had. Like, you're finally seeing it now behind you and around you. Yeah, you're like completing major chapters. And a lot of you even know, like, the past couple of weeks have been checkpoint after checkpoint after checkpoint. So, like back in the day when you play video games and like if you died before you reached the checkpoint, obviously you had to respawn back. Like you just keep hitting all these checkpoints. So it's like even if you think you're stumbling, which you're really not, right? Let's say you think that you took 10 steps back, you're literally just respawning right where you left off. And then it takes you a little bit to realize that, but then it comes around and you're like, yeah, now I got this. Because I'm hearing like your 10 steps forward is in comparison to somebody taking 1,000 steps. Like that is the difference in where you are at consciously and energetically. Like you are so much more accelerated, which is wonderful. And but you still have those doubts. Like, why are you doubting? There's no reason to doubt. So I'm being guided to share an experience that I had last night. And it feels like what I'm going to explain is something that you've been doing unconsciously, but you're being asked to now be more conscious of it because you'll see things change so much faster. Okay? So I have been on a surrendering journey. Okay? I'm literally surrendering everything. So last night I said to God, I was like, hey God, I want to surrender every single program I run off of. Everything. I want to surrender how I go to sleep to you. I want to surrender how I wake up to you. I want to surrender how I interact with people throughout my day to you, how I speak to them, what I believe about myself, everything. Like I want to just, I'm surrendering it all. Everything that I am aware of, and here's the trick, everything that I am unaware of too, right? So that touches on our consciousness, our conscious level, and also our unconsciousness. I shouldn't say unconsciousness because there's no such thing, but like our subconsciousness, so to speak, right? So the stuff that we're not so much aware of, but we still run off of on autopilot. So after I said that, I literally felt a wave of energy flow through my entire body where my body literally turned into a wave. I literally did the worm while seated, and as it was traveling through my body, it was like poof, 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 poof. Like I could feel the energy just literally splitting apart that I didn't even know was there, okay? And I was like, whoa, that was intense. Never felt anything like that before. Very cool. Now, when I close my eyes normally, I see a black void, and then there's what looks like purple sparkles everywhere, right? And it moves. It kind of reminds me of like, those big flock of birds where like they're all shifting like that's what it looks like with my eyes closed, except it's just purple light. It like goes, okay? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because after I surrendered all of my programs to God, all of it, how I go to sleep, I even trusted that I wouldn't need an alarm, okay? That's how much I was surrendering. I was literally to the point of like, you know what? I'm not even going to set an alarm because I trust that since I'm giving it to God, I'll be fine. Why wouldn't I be? Like, God knows everything. Duh. Okay? So go to close my eyes, and as my eyelids are coming down, I could see a scene behind me. It's like I'm like Cliff. It's like it's a reel. Like as the curtain is closing, there's another scene directly happening as the curtain's closing, which has never happened before. And I was just like this. I even opened my eyes. Like I feel like this only happens when I'm dreaming. Like this is like full blown visuals. Like hello, I'm there. Like it's going from one world to another. It was crazy. So again, as I'm closing my eyes, I did it slow again to see, like, am I crazy? Is this really happening? Like, no, this is really happening. And once my eyes were fully closed, I felt like I just jumped into a completely different reality. The atmosphere was this pale orange, light pink, like the sky. It looked like that. And I was standing on what felt like a cliff, because wasn't looking down at my feet. I was looking straight out, and it was as if I was looking out at a desert. But it was the most peaceful, welcoming, warming, like just like a full, like, it sounds crazy, but like a release. Like there was just ultimate peace. Like there was surrender. I was not worried. And as soon as I like had this realization, I just started jumping into all these different worlds. And I heard God say, like, this is happening because you allowed me to do this for you. You're allowing yourself to see through my eyes. Like, you're allowing yourself to let go and completely trust in me. And by doing so, you literally get catapulted to different worlds. Like different worlds, different feelings, different upgrades, different visuals, like everything. You just get fully activated. And then what God said next was, you are in the driver's seat right next to me the entire time. You are at the controls with me. It is your choice what you choose to experience. You can either choose to experience bliss or you can choose to experience hell. But ultimately the choice is yours. So I think part of the reason why I'm explaining what happened to me is kind of to show you guys, like, things change when you allow the divine to step in, but also you have the ability to do this. Everybody has the ability to do this. Like, I am not special. There's nothing special about me. I am you, you are me. We're literally one in the same. The only difference between me and you might be is that I just surrender. Just let it all go. Let it go, because when you give it to God, like, there's literally nothing in that can go wrong. All right, so let me see if there's any other messages that are coming through. Yeah. You're being given a choice. And literally, just as I said, you can either choose to live in bliss and experience bliss, or you can choose to experience hell. Everything is your choice. You are in the driver's seat. You are in full control. Also, you can finally let go of fearing that you're not going to have enough. Like, you've literally seen yourself put in so much work. And you've put in so much work on rebuilding your relationship, not only with other people, but your relationship with yourself, and also your relationship with your higher power. And the more you continue to do this, the more you can trust that you have literally transformed that Five of Pentacles energy. It's beautiful. Literally beautiful. Literally. All right. Is there anything else? You're just going to keep surprising yourself. Literally. You're going to be in awe. And your intuition is literally on fire. So keep trusting it. Keep allowing yourself to listen to your inner guidance. Keep allowing yourself to trust, okay? And if you have any questions, surrender it. Just surrender it all. Just let it go. I surrender it. King of Pentacles is we are so financially set that we are help setting up others. And I know that a lot of people here have always wanted that. Like always wanted to be able to just, you know what? I feel like paying somebody's rent today. I'm going to do that. And I'm just hearing like trust. Literally start trusting. Start trusting in God. Like start trusting. There's no reason not to. No reason not to. He's like the ultimate father. He will literally take care of everything that you need. He's also like the ultimate mother. It's like, all right. Is there anything else? What? Okay, so they want... So I'm being made aware of like when you finally decide to step forward into this next phase of, they're saying enlightenment, right? But it's really like you're ascending into higher levels of consciousness. Every time you do so, you will literally get a gift. Like Wands energy is, Ace energy is gift energy, right? And for me, the Wands energy represents the creative force, okay? So, but like now that's like a sub-level. Going higher than that like Wands for me is God directly. Like that's the Holy Spirit. That's that pillar of God's fire right there. So every time you allow yourself to level up, get closer to becoming the highest version of you, get closer in your relationship to God, get closer in your relationship to yourself, you will literally be gifted for this. This will continue to help you walk away from what's no longer serving you, because you're going to recognize it's all an illusion anyway. And once you have those realizations, you literally become Empress, right? The Empress attracts everything it needs. Male or female, not gender specific. It is divine feminine energy. Everybody's got it. Divine masculine is Emperor. Divine feminine is the Empress. And you've been so good at giving that once you get right with God and yourself, you'll finally be able to start receiving. All right, my loves. Time for you now to go inward. All right. Time for you to really check in. See what programs you're holding on to. See what programs you are ready to surrender. And if you want to literally like go balls to the wall, surrender it all. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.